You're watching CBS News Los Angeles, The Rundown.
Hello, I'm Juan Fernandez. Here's a look at your top stories this afternoon. 5 of the most powerful tech CEOs testified in front of Congress today about efforts to protect kids from online dangers and sexual exploitation. KCAL News reporter Skylar Henry live on Capitol Hill with a look at what happened today. And Skylar, things got pretty heated, didn't they?
Hey Juan, good to see you. Explosive would be the word that I would use. But these lawmakers certainly laid into the social media CEOs, calling for them to enforce stronger policies to protect children online. These CEOs say that they have been investing billions of dollars for that very effort. But those lawmakers, and for that matter, angry parents, say more needs to be done.
Would you like to apologize for what you've done to these good people?
At the urging of Missouri Senator Josh Hawley, Meta CEO Mark Zuckerberg addressed parents who say their children had been harmed by social media.
No one should have to go through the things that your families have suffered.
The head of the company that owns Facebook and Instagram stopped short of apologizing, but said Meta has invested $20 billion in safety and security. Lawmakers say the companies don't go nearly far enough to protect children.
Mr. Zuckerberg, you and the companies before us, I know you don't mean it to be so, but you have blood on your hands.
Zuckerberg, along with the CEOs of X, TikTok, Snap, and Discord, testified before the Senate Judiciary Committee about child sexual exploitation online.
No other American industry goes unregulated, and the tech industry should not be an exception.
After the hearing, advocates for child victims held a rally demanding accountability.
Were you satisfied with any of their answers?
Oh, absolutely not.
Fred Warner's 14-year-old daughter, Jocelyn, died by suicide in 2022 after being bullied online.
It's almost as though our children are for sale. Zuckerberg's words, out of most of them, I think, is the most disappointing.
Among the family's demands, amending the regulation that shields tech companies from being sued by users.
Now, the Senate Judiciary Committee has said that they want to try to get a series of bills put together in a package to try to bring to the Senate floor that would address child safety while online. Now, Juan, these measures, similar measures, have been brought up in the past. They've made it out of committee, but no full vote has been brought forth to the Senate floor. We're here on Capitol Hill. I'm Skylar Henry. Back to you.
All right, let's hope it sticks this time. Skylar, thank you so much. All right, turning now to the weather, a live look at downtown LA, a big gray, cloudy sky out there, and more clouds moving into Southern California as we brace for the first of 2 storms on the way. KCAL News meteorologist Marina Jurica joins us now with what we can expect in your next weather forecast. Marina.
Juan, definitely those cirrus clouds, those high-level clouds rolling in are indicative of what is to come. They always are the precursor to the storm, and that's what we're seeing out there. Still very mild temperatures, but not as hot as it's been over the last couple of days as we start to chisel away with 67 in downtown LA, 66 in Simi Valley, 61 at LAX, 64 Laguna Beach, 71 in Riverside, and 73 in San Fernando. So our rainfall as we push into the first of 2 storm systems will roll in overnight tonight into tomorrow morning. It's going to be a rough Thursday morning commute, so heads up for that. But over the next week, we have a double whammy. We have 2 storm systems coming in, so we have the potential for 3 to 6 inches of rainfall, and we'll have to keep a very close eye on the second storm system because it's not only situated much closer to us in a direct hit line than from north to south, it's also got the potential to move in on already saturated ground from what's coming in tonight and into tomorrow. So we'll keep you posted as these storms roll in. But now let's break down storm number 1. We're seeing clouds increase as the breezes start to move in. It looks to be quite a windy next 24 hours. Rain starts to roll in after midnight. The worst timing will be Thursday morning. And so I know out and about as folks are going to be driving to work and school, they're going to want to make sure they leave themselves some extra time. Wind advisory already issued for the Inland Empire in Orange County for gusts of up to 45 miles per hour. Worst time frame of that will be early tomorrow morning, really anywhere from 6 to about 11 a.m. Then we've got the high surf advisory for pretty much our entire coastline for 4 to 9 foot waves. Rip currents will be very dangerous. We already have the flood watch issued for roadway flooding. And that is for the bulk of the Inland Empire in Orange County as well. And I wouldn't be surprised if tomorrow we get an urban and small stream flood advisory for the LA metro area. You know where those trouble spots are. So here's the setup. This low pressure is not a direct hit. It's staying up north, but it's a lot of subtropical moisture. And as this jet stream chiseled down towards the south, really over the last few weeks, it is allowing for us to tap into that Pineapple Express-like system with that subtropical moisture from Hawaii and plant it right in our backyard. So that will allow for, thank goodness, this fast-moving storm system to drop anywhere from about 1 to 3 inches of rainfall for the bulk of our area, possibly up to 5 inches in the foothills and the higher elevations in our mountains. So looking hour by hour at our next weather futurecast, this is 11 o'clock tonight. The bulk of Santa Barbara into Ventura County already starting to see that rain. Then after midnight into 4 o'clock in the morning, that'll seep into LA County and then Orange County. And you can see those heavy bands will be anywhere from about 4 a.m. all the way through 8 a.m. I know, worst timing ever for the morning commute, but you're going to want to leave yourself that extra time as some of those bands could be very heavy. And we also have a 20 to 30% chance of isolated thunderstorms mid to late morning that will add to some localized heavy downpours. As this shifts out, you see at 10:30 in the morning, the Inland Empire is mainly impacted at this point, and snow elevations will start at 6,000 to 8,000 feet and then plummet to 3,000 to 4,000 feet with that cold air that's going to move in behind. But that won't be until late afternoon into the overnight Thursday. Once we hit lunchtime at noon and moving into the afternoon, we're just going to see bands of some isolated thunderstorms as well as showers off and on. It's a quick mover, so it's going to get out of here and give us a breather day on Friday, which we are going to need to take because we're seeing storm number 2 set up as we head into the latter part of the weekend and then pushing into the work week next week. So 1 to 3 inches is going to be the bulk of our rainfall. A little bit heavier in the foothills because of that upslope lift, and that'll be anywhere from about 4 or 5 inches as we head into the higher elevations. And so snow futurecast, we are going to see resort snowfall with this, especially Thursday night into probably Saturday, because the mountains will continue to pick up on that moisture. About 7 inches when all is said and done at Big Bear, about 3.5 inches at Mountain High. And if you are traveling on the Grapevine tomorrow, especially late afternoon into the evening, conditions will deteriorate quickly as they pick up on about 1.5 inches of that snowfall. Looking at the extended for the LA and the OC Metro, we'll get that breather day on Friday, a few showers on Saturday later in the day. But really, we're looking at this second storm system. We are looking at where it's going to fall, how it's going to affect us, because the main issue is if we pick up on any amounts of rainfall tonight into tomorrow, which we definitely will, the ground will already be saturated for the next storm system, which means flooding will become more of a problem as we head into storm number 2. Back to you, Juan.
All right, Marina, a lot to take in there. Thanks so much. Growing concerns in Oxnard, where last month's rain caused major flooding and damage. KCAL News reporter Amanda Starantino is there this afternoon.
I'm Amanda Starantino in Oxnard, and today I'm working on a story at a house that I was actually at just 1 month ago when those really crazy storms came through right before Christmas. You probably remember because we all got that rain and had to deal with it. But this house in this neighborhood dealt with so much complete flooding here. The images are just unbelievable, and that's why this homeowner has been having to completely redo his house. He pretty much has to have a brand new house at this point with everything brand new inside because the water actually went up past this and just flooded into his home. So this is what these neighbors are dealing with, and now with this next round of rain, they're extremely concerned that these drains this time are not going to hold up. So we're going to be talking to the fire chief here, Public Works, and also a foundation in Ventura County to help homeowners dealing with this type of cleanup and how they can get some financial assistance as well if they need it. So that's all coming up on KCAL News.
All right, Amanda, thank you. Pandemic-era eviction protections for LA City tenants are ending tomorrow, and that means many will have to pay up accrued rent. KCAL News reporter Rachel Kim has a preview.
Hi, everyone. I'm Rachel Kim, and today we are hitting several areas across the city of LA working on this story. Tomorrow is the deadline for renters in the city to repay owed rent that was due during the COVID pandemic. We'll tell you what the city is now doing to help renters facing eviction. We talked to one man who's looking for help, and we have reaction from a group representing rental property owners. That story coming up on KCAL News at 4 p.m.
LA Mayor Karen Bass is expanding her unarmed crisis team to the Harbor area to help deal with the homeless crisis. That will include Harbor Gateway, Harbor City, Wilmington, San Pedro, as well as Watts. The Circle team is made up of mental health professionals and people who have lived on the street. They respond to non-emergency calls involving the unhoused. The goal is to free up police resources. The program already operates in Hollywood, downtown LA, South LA, Venice, and parts of the San Fernando Valley. This has been CBS News Los Angeles, The Rundown. Thanks for joining us. I'm Juan Fernandez. We'll be back live here at 4 on CBS News Los Angeles.